Friends, we welcome you all to our spoken English classes. Today we are in day 2. We are going to learn lesson 2, spoken English online class number 2. Language is our primary source of communication. It's the method through which we share our ideas and thoughts with others. People who speak English fluently have more job opportunities. Businesses need employees who can communicate effortlessly with the English-speaking partners and clients. Since English is the language of science and technology, English speakers have more opportunities to work with others in these fields and to share ideas and innovations. And especially nowadays, our children are attending English medium schools. So we parents also must have some English knowledge and understanding. Then only we can help our children. Being able to make a good English conversation makes it easier to travel. Nowadays, we have to travel to different states, maybe sometimes countries. If you don't know English, it's very difficult for you. So you must learn English. English language gives students access to information and research. So if you want to do any research, if you want to know any information, you must know English. English is also the language of internet. Many websites are written in English. So you will be able to understand and to take part in forums and discussions only if you know English. So English is very, very important, useful. Nowadays, it is very required. So that's why we have started this spoken English class to equip you, to enable you to speak English more fluently. So now our Mr. Shibin Thomas, who is an excellent English trainer in Kerala, actually is a very busy teacher, but he has graciously offered us to give this course freely. As a BSNK team, we are so glad to give you this opportunity, a platform to learn this English through our mediums. So we request you all pay your attention to these classes seriously. This is only for serious students. If you learn seriously, if you attend these classes regularly, we give surety that you will speak English very, very fluently. You will have a bright future in the coming days. So take it seriously, listen classes carefully, do the homeworks faithfully. Now I invite Mr. Shibin Thomas, our English trainer, to take our class. Hello, sir. Now you're welcome to take our class. Thank you.
Hi everyone, welcome back to BSNK Spoken English Class 2. The last day we learned the basics of a sentence pattern in English. So today as a continuation, we continue with the same, that is the subject-verb agreement. So the first rule is clear, that is, if the subject is singular, its verb also has to be singular. And if the subject is plural, the verb also has to be plural. That is the first rule. That's what we learned in the last class. For example, let's see one more example for that. Jacob is reading newspaper. You know, the subject is Jacob. Is reading is verb. Newspaper is object. They are reading newspaper. They, subject, are reading, verb, newspaper, object. So the basic rule is a singular subject takes a singular verb and a plural subject takes a plural verb. This is what we learned in the last class with some examples. So try to see if you can get answer to these questions. First, he was or he were the best athlete. Yes, you have got answer to the question. That is, he was the best athlete. He is singular and was also is singular. The where is plural. Where is plural. We don't take that. Was is singular. He was the best athlete. Second, Rose like or likes flowers. Rose likes flowers. Likes. Rose is singular, so it takes singular verb likes. Rose likes flowers. Third, my friends has or have studied well. My friends have studied well. Have studied well. My friends is plural, so it takes plural verb have. Fourth, the dogs chase the cat or chases the cat. Dogs, the dogs, plural. Definitely takes plural form, that is chase. Fifth sentence, I read Bible every day, or I read Bible every day, which is correct. I read Bible every day is correct. Okay, so meanwhile you can comment the answers according to the number. As we read the questions, you can comment the answers there. Okay, fine. So this is what we learned in the last class. So we are moving on to the next rules. We are going to learn some rules regarding the subject-verb agreement. So basically we learned in English, we begin a statement with a subject and verb. Then it can be followed by object, adjective, noun, like that. We can write sentences in different ways. The second rule, let's come to the second rule. That is, if two subjects are joined by and, the subject will be plural. I hope you remember that. We saw some examples like this yesterday in the last class. Example, Sheila and Meena are going for a walk. Sheila and Meena are going for a walk. Sheila is singular. Meena is another singular subject, but together it's a plural subject. Got it. Sheila and Meena. These two subjects are singular subjects are joined by and. As you see in the rule, two subjects joined by and are plural. So this subject is plural. What is the subject of the given sentence? Sheila and Meena. That is the subject. We see two singular subjects joined by and that is why it's a singular subject, sorry, plural subject, and the plural subject always takes what? Plural verb. So that is why it is written as are going for a walk. So the point is singular subject plus singular subject is a plural subject. You know, 1 plus 1 is 2, like that. Two singular subjects form a plural subject. Okay, Sheila and Meena, two are there. So combinedly, it forms a plural subject. Okay, if the sentence is just Sheila, it's Sheila is going for a walk. But we see not only Sheila, but also Meena. So Sheila and Meena are going for a walk. Let's see some examples. First, he and his friend was or were selected. He and his friend. He and his friend were selected. He is one person. His friend is another person. So both of them form a plural subject. That is, he and his friend. He and his friend is a subject of the sentence. So that is a plural. So it takes a plural verb, where. Second example, Jones and Sarah have or has been waiting. Jones and Sarah have been waiting. Jones and Sarah have been waiting. Third, my father and brother don't go home or doesn't go home. My father and brother don't go home. Fourth, TV and computer need or needs electricity. TV and computer need, okay, need electricity. Fifth sentence, water and soil is resources or are resources. Okay, are resources. Water and soil are resources. Okay, so when you comment, you can comment just the words. That is the exact answer. From the first example, you know the answer is where. Okay, only that word is needed to be commented there in the chat box there. Okay, then let's move on to the next rule. I hope it is clear. Basically, we discussed all these two rules in the last class, so it's easy for you. Next rule may not be familiar to you. See, if two singular subjects are joined by and form a unit, it is considered as a singular subject. For example, bread and butter is my breakfast. You may think in this sentence, there are two things, two entities in the subject. But this is considered as a unit because bread and butter is my breakfast. So we don't have bread at once and butter later. Okay, we have it together. So it is considered as a unit. Have you got it? See, the rule is if two singular subjects joined by and form a unit. See here, bread and butter is a unit. So this is considered as a singular subject. Bread and butter is my breakfast. This is just opposite to the rule we have learned just before this. That is, just before this, as a second rule, we learned if two singular subjects are joined by and, that will be considered as plural subject. But here, two singular subjects are joined, but it remains the same, that is singular subject. The reason is these two singular subjects are considered as a unit, a single unit. Okay, another example, rice and curry is the traditional Indian dish. Rice and curry, it's the name of a dish. Okay, like that. So, you know, there are a lot of examples like the things that come together, salt and pepper. Okay, like that. Okay, so see, I don't give more examples for that. So things that come together as a unit may be considered as a singular subject. Okay, the rule is singular subject plus singular subject. If it forms a unit, it can be considered as a singular subject. Remember the examples: bread and butter, rice and curry, salt and pepper, like that. Okay, so these subjects will be considered as singular subject, not plural subject. Okay. Fourth rule. If two subjects are joined by, with, together with, along with, and as well as, the verb agrees with the first subject. So we have seen some examples where different subjects are joined together. Okay, sometimes it becomes plural verb subject, sometimes it becomes singular subject. But here, see the rule, if two subjects are joined by, with, together with, along with, as well as. Example, Isaac, along with his children, is coming today. It may be a bit confusing. Remember the rule. If the subjects are joined by, with, together with, along with, as well as. So the one and only way to remember is to learn these words by heart. That is with, together with, along with, and as well as. With, together with, along with, and as well as. Okay. So if these words are used to join two subjects, what will be considered as the main subject? The first subject will be considered as the subject of the sentence. We don't consider the second subject. For example, Isaac, his children. These two subjects are joined by along with. See, that is there on the list, along with. Since these two subjects are joined by along with, we take only the first subject, that is Isaac. So what is the matching auxiliary verb for Isaac? Is coming. Okay. But imagine that sentence was joined by and. How can we write? Isaac and his children are coming today. But this is joined by along with. Okay, so the words to remember are with, together with, along with, as well as. See another example. The Prime Minister as well as other ministers has arrived. The Prime Minister as well as other ministers has arrived. So we may have a tendency to write how right after the word ministers. But remember, there are two subjects there, but we consider only the first subject, the Prime Minister, because the Prime Minister and the other ministers are joined by as well as. Okay. If it is joined by as well as, we consider only the first subject, that is the Prime Minister. In the first example, that is Isaac. The second example, the Prime Minister. Yes, fine. So remember the words with, together with, along with, as well as. What is to remember there? If two subjects are joined by these words, we consider only the first subject. We ignore the second subject. Okay. If the first subject is singular, the verb will be singular. If the first subject is plural, the verb will be plural. For example, let's take the second example once again. The other ministers as well as the Prime Minister. How can we write? The other ministers as well as the Prime Minister have arrived. But we don't say that because we give importance to the Prime Minister, and that's why we write the word Prime Minister at the first part of the sentence. The Prime Minister as well as other ministers has arrived. Okay, yeah. So I hope you can do if I give you some sentences. Remember the words with, together with, along with, and as well as. Okay, clear. With, together with, along with, and as well as. First example, first question. The major problem, together with other problems, is or are the unexpected power failure. The major problem, together with other problems, is or are the unexpected power failure. The answer is. The major problem together with other problems is the unexpected power failure. You know why? The first subject is the major problem. The major problem is singular. So we consider only the first subject because it is joined by together with. The other subject is other problems. We don't count that. We don't take it. And we consider only the first subject, that is the major problem, that is singular. So it takes a singular verb, is, not are. The major problem together with other problems is the unexpected power failure. Second question, fear as well as anxiety was or were the reason for her health issue. Okay. Answer, fear as well as anxiety was the reason for health issue. Was. Third question, the car with the trucks is speeding or are speeding. is or are. The car with the trucks is speeding or are speeding. Is speeding. Why? The first subject is the car. The car is singular. The trucks is plural. We don't take that because that is the second subject, because and besides it's joined by the word with. Okay, yes. So which are the words to remember? With, together with, along with, and as well as. Okay. Fourth question, my friends along with my teacher was or were laughing at me. My friends along with my teacher. So you can easily identify the subjects, I hope. The first subject is my friends. You know what type of subject is that? Singular or plural? My friends, plural. It's joined by along with. The other subject is my teacher. So we don't consider the second subject because it's joined by along with. And we take only the first subject, that's my friends. My friends is plural subject, so it must take plural verb, that is were. My friends along with my teacher were laughing at me. Okay. Then fifth example, Janet's sisters as well as her brother has to meet me or have to meet me. Janet's sisters as well as her brother. Janet's sisters, plural. It's connected with another subject, that's her brother, that is singular. It's joined by as well as. So we consider only the first subject, Janet's sisters. So the answer is Janet's sisters as well as her brother have to meet me. We consider only the first subject, Janet's sisters. Okay, so don't forget the words with, together with, along with, as well as. Fine. Next rule, rule 5. If two subjects are joined by or, either or, neither nor, not only but also, the verb agrees with the nearest subject. So don't get confused with the other words we have learned. So this is another set of words. Here the rule is the verb agrees with the nearest subject. You know, two subjects will be there, joined by or, either or, neither nor, or not only but also. For a clarification, look at the example. Either my father or my brother has to go home. It agrees with the subject nearer to the verb. If I ask you, what is the verb in the given example, the first example, either my father or my brother has to go home, you can say, you can easily identify that has, isn't it? Has to go. Okay, has. So the verb is has. So which is the subject that comes very close to the verb? My father or my brother? Which is the subject that is very close to the word has? My father or my brother? Yeah, definitely, that's my brother, Okay. So if it's joined by either or neither nor, or not only but also. Remember the words or, either or, neither nor, not only but also. The verb agrees with the nearest subject. Okay, yes. Second example, Alex or his friends are arriving today. Alex or his friends are arriving today. What is the verb in the sentence? Are arriving. Okay, arriving. Yes. The verb, the subject that comes near the subject that comes very close to the verb is, can you say Alex or his friends? Definitely his friends. His friends is a subject that comes very close to the verb arriving. So it agrees with the subject nearer to the verb. Friends, his friends. His friends is plural, so the verb has to be plural. Okay, have you got the connection? Let me explain the second example once again. There are two subjects here, Alex, his friends. These two subjects are joined by or. What is the rule? If two subjects are joined by or, either or, neither nor, or not only but also, the verb agrees with the nearest subject. Which is the nearest subject? Can you say Alex or his friends? Nearest to the verb. The verb is arriving. Okay, are arriving. Okay. The nearest subject is his friends. That is the nearest one. Okay. Alex is far away from this verb. So the nearest subject is his friends. So the verb agrees with the nearest subject. His friends is plural. So the verb has to be plural, are, not is. Okay. Then his friends or Alex. If the question was like that, how can we write? His friends or Alex is arriving today. Okay. If Alex comes second, Alex will be the subject that is very close to the verb. Okay. Yes. And the rule to remember here is if two subjects are joined by or, either or, neither nor, or not only but also. Remember the set of words or, either or, neither nor, not only but also. Don't get confused with the other rule that we have learned. Okay, so learn it separately or, either or, neither nor, not only but also. Okay. Yeah, now let's come to the questions. First question, the master or the students is or are here, are there. The master or the students. You can easily identify the subject that comes very close to the verb. The subject that comes very close to the blank space, that is the students. You know, there are two subjects there, the master, then the students. Which subject comes very close to the space there, blank space? The students, not the master. It is the students. Okay. So the students is plural, so it must take a plural verb. So you might have got answer. What is that? Are. The master or the students are there. So let's think vice versa, reverse. The students or the master. How can we write? The students or the master. Can you comment? The students or the master? The students or the master? Yes, is. Okay, is, fine, is. So that is the relationship between the subject and the verb here. Second question, either the officers or the clerk has or have opened the door. See, these two subjects are connected with either or. Okay, when we write either or, it's not written together. Okay, at two parts, either the officer or the clerk, not both of them. Okay, any one of these two subjects, either the officers or the clerk. Actually, any one of these two subjects. Okay, yes. So what may be the answer for this question? Either the officers or the clerk has opened the door or have opened the door. The nearest subject is the clerk. The clerk is singular, so the answer is has. Either the officers or the clerk has opened the door. Yes. Next, third, neither she nor her parents has or have known about it. Neither she nor her parents has or have known about it. Yes, answer is, since the word parents comes very close to the verb, the answer is how. Okay, you know, two subjects are there, she and her parents. Okay, parents is a subject that comes very close to the verb, so it takes plural verb. Okay, parents. Neither she nor her parents have known about it. So actually, do you know the meaning of this? Neither nor, none of them knew. Okay, neither she nor her parents have known about it. That means both of them have not known about it. Okay, neither she nor her parents. Next, fourth question, not only Mark, but also Eric was or were present today. Mark and Eric, names of two persons there. Yes, Mark and Eric. The answer is was. Two subjects. These two subjects are singulars. So there is no doubt Eric is the nearest subject and that is singular. So the verb should be singular, was. From the options, was. Then fifth question, not only you, but also I am or are planning to go. Remember, the rule is the verb agrees with the nearest subject. Can you find out the two subjects in the fifth question? Not only you, but also I. So you can easily spot the subjects there, you and I. So which subject comes very close to the space? That is the verb. I. What is the matching word for matching verb given in the options? Am or are? How do you say? I am or I are? So the right answer is I am, right? Not only you, but also I am planning to go. So the rule to remember here is if two subjects are joined by or, either or, neither nor, or not only but also, the verb agrees with the nearest subject. Definitely there are two subjects there. If we use or, either or, neither or, not only but also. And the verb agrees with the nearest subject. That is, if it is singular, the verb has to be singular. If the nearest subject is plural, the verb also has to be plural. Yes. Rule 6. If the subject is everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one, nobody, anyone, anybody, each, either, neither, one, none. You have to learn all these words. So if you can remember, it's quite good. That is everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one, nobody, anyone, anybody, each, either, neither, one, none. Okay. So learn like that. Then there will be no confusion. So the first set of words are easy because one body like that. Everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one, nobody, anyone, anybody. Up to these words, it's just like one set, one and body like that. One, everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one, nobody, anyone, anybody. Then each, either, neither, one, none. See, there is difference between either or and just the one word either. Okay, yeah. If the subject is any of these words, the subject is singular. That will always be singular. Remember, these are the words. So after the class, you can learn these words by heart. So there are no shortcuts to some spaces, some places. So this is one like that. So we have to learn these words, at least these words and its use. Always these words will be singular. Then no doubt. Okay. If you see a subject as everyone, the verb will be singular. Example, everyone knows me. Everyone knows me. Though the word everyone means all, it is considered as a singular word, singular subject. Okay. Yes. Second, someone is coming. We don't say someone are coming. That is wrong. Someone is coming. Then, nobody has informed me. Yes. So when we write a sentence with any of these words as subject, we have to follow the rule that it must take singular verb. The examples are everyone knows me, someone is coming, nobody has informed me. The rule to remember here is everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one, nobody, anyone, anybody, each, either, neither, one, none. These words will always be singular. Okay, it takes singular. These subjects take singular verb. If you are clear, let's take the questions. Every day is a new day or are a new day? There is no doubt. There is only one answer for all these questions, that is singular, no doubt. Plural never comes with these questions. So no doubt, only singular verbs will come after these words. Every day is a new day. Then everyone do the same mistake or does the same mistake. Which of these is singular? Do or does? Does. Does is singular. Everyone does the same mistake. Third, either is fine with me. When we are given two options, we sometimes say either is fine with me. Okay, either this or that. Any of these is fine with me. Either is fine with me. Okay. Yes. Then someone has or have already paid the fees. Someone has already paid the fees. Then fifth question, everybody has or have their own problems. Everybody has their own problems. Okay, remember for the words everybody, everyone, these words mean all, but when it comes to grammar, it is singular. It takes only singular verb. Okay. Then how do you say everyone is present or everyone are present? Everyone is present. Okay. Nobody is here or nobody are here. Nobody is here. Okay. Remember the words. So I say there is no shortcut for learning these words. You have to learn these words. Okay. As I told before, everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, no one, nobody, anyone, anybody, each, either, neither, one, none. Okay, always these words will be singular subjects. Next, rule 7. In sentences beginning with here or there, the subject follows the verb. There are sentences which begin with here or there. We are familiar with such sentences. And that is followed by the verb, that is according to the verb. Okay, see, there is a car. There is a car. So after the word, it may be is or are. It depends upon the words we see right after that. So in the first sentence, we see a car. That's not cars, just one. A car means singular. Okay, so that is singular. There is a car. But in the second sentence, it is there are. You know why? It is followed by the word some trees. Some trees. Some trees means singular or plural. Definitely, it's plural. Some trees. So that is the difference between the first and second sentence. There is a car. Car is singular, so it is written after, just before the word car, we can write is or was. So since this is in simple present tense, we write is. If it was in past tense, we can write was. There was a car. Then there are some trees. Trees. The word trees is plural, so it must take a plural verb. There are some trees. Don't think that after the word there, we can write only is. Are is possible, where is possible, was is possible according to the tense and the words that follow. Then here is my house. We introduce our house. Then how do you say here is my house? Here is. Then if we have some pens with us or pencils or anything with us, we can say here are my pens, here are my pencils, here are my children. Okay, yes. There were a few mistakes plural. So it takes were in past tense. There were a few mistakes. Okay, so actually the words, especially the word there, is known as a dummy subject. Dummy, you know, the word dummy. Yeah, and we count only the words that come later. For example, a car, then some trees, my house, a few mistakes. If these words are singular, we have to write singular verb. If the words that come after that are plural, we have to write plural verb. Okay, so shall we take some questions? Okay, I think we don't need much questions about this. However, more questions about this. Here or there are the subjects. So when we begin sentences with these words, here or there, the subject follows the verb. Okay, however, let's take some questions. First one, there is some people outside, or there are some people outside. What do we have to note? There is just a dummy subject. The actual subject is people, some people. Some people is the subject of the sentence. There is just a dummy subject. Okay, so we take only the actual subject, that is some people. Some people is plural, so we have to write is or are. Some people is or some people are. Yes, some people are. You have given the answers, right? Very good. There are some people outside. Then second question, there have been some errors or there has been some errors. Look at the real subject of the sentence. There is just a dummy subject. What is the real subject of the sentence? The second sentence, some errors, some errors. That is plural. So there have been some errors. Okay. If there is just one error, how can we write? There has been an error. There has been an error. Okay. Yes. Then third question, here is my umbrella, or here are my umbrella. What do you think is the right answer? Is or are? Yes, umbrella is the real subject and that is singular, so it takes a singular verb. Here is my umbrella. Fourth question, there was no one in the room, or there were no one in the room. Do you remember no one, nobody, like that? Okay, that's always singular. There was no one in the room. Okay, so instead of no one, if you write there, then some students or a few students, how can we replace no one with some students? There was some students in the room, or there were some students in the room. Can you comment? There was some students, or there were some students in the room. Yes, the answer is where. There were some students. There were some students. But for this question, the fourth question, the answer is there was no one in the room. Okay. Yes. The real subject is no one. That is singular. Then it takes a singular verb. Rule 8. When we mention measurement, time, money, and weight, these are considered as singular. Have you got? Example, 2 kilometers is not a long distance. It's one of the common mistakes that people make when they write or speak. So when we think there's nothing wrong in taking 2 kilometers as plural, but actually that's just a measurement. Okay, we don't count 1 kilometer, there a break, and after another kilometer there we don't give a break. It's just a single measurement. Okay, it can be 2 centimeters, 5 meters, 5 kilometers, 1,000 kilometers, or any such long kilometers. That's just a single measurement. Okay, so when we count just 15 centimeters in a scale, with a scale, we don't give break after each centimeter. We just count it as a single measurement. Okay, when we take measurement of anything, we just take it as a single measurement. Okay, so 2 kilometers is not a long distance. Hope you have got. The reason for writing is here is 2 kilometers is just a single measurement. Okay, yes. Kilometers is plural, but we count it as a singular because it's just a single measurement. Another example, 5 hours is enough. 5 hours. 5 hours is not plural, it's singular. The reason is just a single mention about the time. It's a single period of time. Okay, 5 hours is a period of time. Okay, then 5 days are or is. Okay, is the duration of the course, like that. Okay, fine. Then next, 500 rupees is a good amount. It's just an amount. Okay, then when we count the weights also, 5 kilograms, 100 tons. Okay, all these will be considered as singular. When we weigh something, it can be 2 kilogram or 10 kilograms. That will be considered as a single measurement, single weight. Okay, that's the weight of a thing. Then if these will be considered as singular subjects, its verb also has to be singular, simple. Remember measurement, time, money, and weight. Remember these words. Measurement, any measurement like centimeter, kilometer, any such measurements. Miles, okay. Then time, 5 hours, 10 hours, 10 days, okay. Then money, $100, then 10 bucks or 2000 rupees or any such, or euro or anything like that. Okay, that will be considered as a single amount. Then weight, 2 kilograms, 5 kilograms, all these will be considered as singular subject, and so it takes singular verb. Yeah, you can say 1000 rupees. You can comment now. 1000 rupees is the cost of the cake or are the cost of the cake? Yes, we have got answer. That is. Fine, good. 1000 rupees is the cost of the cake. Second, 10 hours is the time needed. 10 hours is the time needed. Okay. We have a tendency to write R. Unknowingly, we may write or speak. It comes, it happens. But remember, this is the basic rule. When we mention measurement, time, weight, or any such things, okay, time, so it has to be singular. 20 meters was the length of the rope. 20 meters was the length of the rope. Okay. Yes. Rule 9. Plural form subjects with a singular meaning. There will be plural form subjects with singular meaning. For example, economics, physics, mathematics, then name of a disease, measles, then news. All these words are singular. Though it sounds like or looks like a plural, these are singular subjects. Okay, example, economics was my favorite subject. Economics. Seeing the last letter of the word economics, we may have a tendency to say or to write where or are. Okay, but actually it is the name of a single subject. Economics was my favorite subject. Then the next word is news. The news is interesting. The news is interesting. News is singular. Let's take some questions. Before that, remember the rule, plural form subjects with a singular meaning will be always singular. Though these names look like plural form, actually these words are singular forms. Physics is an interesting branch of science or are an interesting branch of science. Physics is or are. Is. Good. Gymnastics is or are their favorite sports? Gymnastics is, right. Okay, very good. Is their favorite sports. Then third question, social studies deals or deal with the study of society. Social studies deals. Social studies is the name of a particular branch of studies, isn't it? Social studies. So it looks like a plural name, but it's the name of a particular branch of study. So that is considered as a singular subject, social studies. Deals with, okay, looking at the word studies, we may have a tendency to write or speak considering it as a plural form, but it's actually a singular noun, social studies. But we can take the word social studies in plural form also. Social studies are being considered, okay, studies are being considered like that. Okay, social activities are, okay, in such a way also can be written. Then rule 10, names or titles of single entities are considered as singular. There are names of single things or entities or titles that will always be considered as singular. For example, it may look like a plural noun, but it is singular. It will be a singular. Look at this. Wings of Fire is the autobiography of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Wings of Fire is the name of a book, not many books. It's an autobiography of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So how do we write? Looking at the word wings, yeah, we may be confused whether it's a plural or singular, but actually it's the name of a book. It's the name of a book that is singular. Wings of Fire is the autobiography of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Is, not are. Then the United Nations is an international organization. The United Nations, say you're familiar with the UN, okay, the United Nations. The United Nations is an international organization. Look at the word nations. That's a word that comes very close to the verb is. Okay, the United Nations is the name of a single organization. It's not the name of many organizations, just a single organization. The United Nations is an international organization. Remember the rule, names or titles of single entities, that will be singular. Though the name looks like plural, if it is singular, we have to count it as a singular subject. So it takes a singular verb. Question, United States is or are a leading force? United States, is it a name of a country or many countries? It's just the name of a single country, one country. So that is United States. That's singular. So no doubt, United States is a leading force. Okay, yes. Then second, Dreams is an interesting book. Okay, actually the answers are given there by mistake. Dreams is an interesting book. The Warriors is an American movie. Look at the subjects of all these three sentences. United States, Dreams, The Warriors. All these three subjects sound like plural noun, but these are singular nouns, singular names. Okay. United States is the name of a country. Dreams is the name of a book. The Warriors is the name of an American movie. So it has to take singular verb. There's one more thing to remember along with all these points, that is, some verbs do not have plural form. You are familiar with the words like furniture. Furniture, we have furniture at home, offices, then shops, institutions, wherever we go, we can see furniture. But it does not have the plural form like furnitures. It has only singular form. Then luggage, that is only singular form. Machinery, that's M-A-C-H-E-N-E-R-Y, machinery, that has only singular form. Okay, there are some words which take only singular form. These words do not have plural forms. Okay, remember that point also. So that is the end of today's session, and it's time for question answers. You can ask your doubts. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir, for giving wonderful guidelines to improve our English. Dear friends, now you can unmute yourself and ask your questions to our sir.